Good evening, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose back with another video. Y'all, have you ever noticed our abusers are two-faced? They talk about the people that they hang around, the people that's really close to them. Like if they're close to their brother, they talk about their brother like their brother is just no one to them. They're close to their son. They talk about their son like their son is just like a nobody. That's how my abuser was. Like, for instance, my husband's brother has a heart condition, just as I have a heart condition. And his brother is overweight. And he would say things like, well, if his brother would just lose some weight and start eating healthier, maybe his heart condition wouldn't be as bad, which would lead him into the hospital. So his brother ended up being in the hospital, and he had to go see to his brother at the hospital. And he said when he walked in his brother's room, it smelled like funk in there, like a terrible funk. And I asked him, I said, what did it smell like in the room? He said, just terrible, because my brother doesn't wash his feet when he take a bath. So, and his feet was stinking up the whole room. So I'm thinking, and I asked him, I said, well, if you know his feet stunk like that, did you try to at least wash them and put some lotion on them or do something for them to make them smell better? He said, well, the way they look, I didn't want to touch them. He said they was all cracked up, scaly, looked like a dried up fish that been out of water for days. I said, oh man, I said, maybe we need to go get some bag balm. So we went and got some bag balm, and I said, maybe you need to clean his feet up. So we went and got the bag balm. He took it up there and rubbed it on his feet. See, he likes to talk about people and not be the solution. If you see somebody close to you that has a problem, I'm the type of person, if I'm close to them, I want to be their solution. I'm not going to talk about them behind their back, because I don't want anybody talking about me behind my back. And get this, y'all, while he's talking about how funky and how he had the whole hospital room funked up with funky feet that he don't bend down and wash because he's too big to bend over and wash them, and they look scaly, and the heels are cracking apart. His feet look like snow. And this is my husband's story. I mean, help your brother out. You know, he's severely overweight and his stomach is in the way. He can't bend over and get his feet good. Help him out. Help him out at home. And then he talks about how disgustingly dirty his brother is and how he doesn't keep his room clean. Help him out. Talk to him about that. Let's work together to help each other out instead of putting each other down. That's the type of person I am. Talk to him. Maybe he's going through something mentally. The guy did 19 years in a federal penitentiary. He can't be that damn dirty. Maybe he's depressed. When a person is not clean and neat and he ain't washed his feet and God knows when, talk to him about it. And he's talking about his brother's feet. Meanwhile, I'm smelling something in the bed. We used to sleep on the same pillow. It got to the point where I couldn't sleep on the same pillow with my husband. Reason being, because behind his ear used to stink terribly bad, and I had to figure out the most politest way to tell him his ear stink, and it was making me gag without getting my ass kicked. So one day I told him, I said, hey, babe, do you smell that? He was like, smell what? I say, something smells funny. And I already knew it was behind his ear was smelling. So I got up close. I said, take your finger and rub behind your ear and smell it. So he took his finger and rubbed behind his ear and smelled it. And he said, God dog. Man, when I tell you it smelled like a booty that wasn't wiped good after a good shit, that's what it smelled like, mixed with slob. And so he got up and he was like, he washed his ear and he was like, why didn't you tell me earlier that my ear was smelling like that? And I didn't know how to tell him. I didn't know how to tell you that your ear smelled so bad without getting my butt kicked. And I'm thinking, you worrying about your brother's crusty, smelly feet that he ain't washed and God knows when, that look like he been kicking flour, but you ain't worrying about some what smells like shit that's been sitting behind your ear for only God knows how long, because you taking a shower without washing behind your ear just as well as he taking a shower without washing between all 10 of his toes. I guess this stuff runs in their family. I just thought about that. Instead of talking about each other, we need to help each other out. Instead of putting each other down, we need to help each other out. But you cannot do that with an abuser. An abuser has one thing in mind: attacking other people while still trying to make themselves look good in public. That's all I have for now. Refined Rose out. Bye for now.